Hi, I'm Candice and welcome to Mothership. Today we are talking all things pregnancy. Now at 8 months pregnant myself, I think I've got a lot to say on the subject. Let's do this. Hello ladies.
Hello.
Today we're going to talk all things pregnancy. So let's dive straight in. How did you find the first trimester? Like, did you have morning sickness? Was the wait for the 12-week scan really unbearable?
The whole thing was awful, really. I was not a good pregnant person.
I knew basically like the day after the big shag that I was pregnant because my boobs just went and I just could not do a poo to save myself, and I was just like crying going, I just want to do a poo, and it was horrible. And then the morning sickness came. I remember for the first couple of weeks I was like, all right, I can just about cope with this, and then you're like, oh, and It's not morning sickness, it's every day, all night.
Thank you. And you feel like you're on a boat all the time. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, you don't have a sense of self. Yeah, it's really not morning sickness.
It's glamorous, isn't it?
Was anyone like anxious about the 12-week scan? Or did it not become real until that moment?
I was really weird and really sort of antisocial, especially in the beginning, and grumpy probably throughout the whole of it. But I remember feeling better by the second scan, actually. I started to feel a little bit more, okay, yeah, this is real, and I felt a bit more comfortable.
Prior to you first falling pregnant, how different was the reality compared to what your expectations were?
Oh, there's a massive, massive difference because you go, yeah, what are they talking about? It's just a bit of sickness or a bit of this. And I was kind of excited about being fat. Does that sound silly? Like I was kind of like going to enjoy. I've always been kind of a big person anyway, but the fact that I could like, legitimately rub my tummy and people going, oh. Not just because I just enjoyed a really nice roast.
And you can wear bodycon as well.
Yeah,
I love that.
Know, yeah.
And I don't have to wear a girdle.
Oh, I know. Oh, it's lovely. I really enjoyed that. And yeah, your boobs they do look fabulous. There's something quite liberating about being big and people embracing that. You know, oh, here, have a seat. You're special, aren't you? Yeah. But also, obviously, public property. And everyone has an opinion, don't they?
People used to come up to me in the street and guess the gender.
Oh, that's nice.
Because I was so huge. I was like, my baby was 10 pound born, so I was sort of like a diving
like
board.
A boat?
It was just like a boat. I describe it as like a diving board with the sock around it, And so everyone said, boy, that's boy, and it was a boy. But but I didn't mind that bit actually. That was one of the least annoying things.
So your expectation versus reality was very different for you, of course.
Yeah, really different. Because I think, like Helen said, you sort of see like the artful puking in films, and then wipe your mouth and it's all done and then you'll get on with your day. But I had a little bit of morning sickness in the beginning and then thought, oh great, it's gone now. I'm just going to have a really nice time. And then, then I got these migraines that lasted for pretty much the whole of the pregnancy.
I've never had a migraine in my life. So when so what does that actually feel like?
For me, it's I'm lucky in some ways that it's just the real intense sort of pain. It's always behind this eye here, and it sounds to be a bit. I always feel like there's lots of wasps stinging me behind my eye. Yeah. What did help actually was acupuncture and reflexology.
Okay.
I had a couple of sessions of those, and that did help. But if anybody is experiencing migraine in pregnancy, sometimes that can be a sign of complications. So my advice there would be, go to your doctor and, check all of your symptoms with them.
Mm. And in your lowest moments of having these migraines, did you make the decision that you wouldn't be doing this again?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. I told my husband that every day. There's no way. And I had friends who really glowed throughout their whole pregnancy and loved it, and some friends say they missed their bump afterwards as well, which I don't get.
Miss it. Yeah. It's like I can just be chubby and fabulous right
now,
like with reason, and then I'm never gonna. Because even my sister's like, you never wore bodycon before. I'm like, well, duh. Like I'm trying to hide stuff, and now I can just like let it hang out. So yeah, I get the whole missing the bump thing.
Okay.
So what are the best and worst bits of pregnancy?
The best bits are those little kicks.
More related to your body.
Oh, but okay. Yeah. One of the best bits, I think, just getting a seat. I just love seeing my body grow and seeing how amazing it looked, and I felt really proud. I felt really proud of that as well. Like, this is my little human being that I'm growing, and I love that my body was strong and could carry it and all that sort of stuff. I love that about being pregnant.
Oh, I was going to say the food. Is that relevant?
Let's talk about the food.
The food, for me, the food was the best part of being pregnant. My fridge had jelly in it constantly. Especially lime.
Oh, yes. Let's go back to the jelly place. Oh, yeah.
But towards the end, waking up through the night to eat, like every half an hour.
I need one of those cat feeders that you just like, when you put your paw on it and then more biscuits come out. That's what we need.
I like the excuse to just sort of be a little bit of a hermit and say no to stuff and... just put your feet up.
I think the best bits are the glowing skin, because like in a previous life I had the worst acne. The worst, had to go doctors and stuff. And for me, and it's only when you become pregnant that you start diving into Google and finding all this stuff out. I'm just going to put it out there, the piles. I just can't, I don't understand.
There is nothing good about hemorrhoids. There will never be anything good about hemorrhoids.
I just don't get it.
I just remember going for a walk and coming home going, oh, the wrong bit's bleeding. It's just, no, my bottom is crying red tears. It is so sad.
It's,
horrible thing.
Yeah, that for me, this time round has been the worst, which is really weird. But I'm like, I just can't wait to get rid of that. And it's then, you get these symptoms, but then all of them can be so unique to you. Yeah. And then the most random things can happen, like when I turned my nan's toilet seat blue. And I was like, what is that about? And then I went on Google and it's a thing. The hormone that comes through our skin and it reacts with certain materials and it turns white materials blue. And I was like, oh.
Wow.
I'm so human. No one told me this.
You should burn people at the stake for that, Candice. Honestly.
No one told me this.
Oh my God.
Moving on from the first trimester, did anyone glow in the second trimester? Did you feel a change?
Second half, that was my favourite time in the whole pregnancy. So there was about a month and a half where I had lots of energy. I remember I went away for the weekend. I felt really excited. So definitely the second half of the second trimester, because they say that whole time you're supposed to be feeling your best, don't they?
The second trimester was great because, you suddenly get your energy back, you're properly pregnant, you can talk about it really easily. And that's when you sort of start to plan, you feel like you can start buying baby clothes and all those sort of lovely things about enjoying your pregnancy.
And now I'm in the final stretch, which is the longest and the hardest. But how did you guys find the third trimester?
I enjoyed it actually. Towards the end, I had a lot of sleep because people were saying, get the sleep in now, get the sleep in now. And I remember one night I slept for 17 hours. My husband had to come home from work on his lunch break because he thought I died. And I was still asleep at noon. Yeah. But I had just these lovely, probably because I couldn't move, so I was just in the one position, and getting one of those long pillows really helped. I love that.
You just don't envisage how big you could ever feel and how stretched your tummy can feel, and just that feeling of having the bowling ball rest on your vagina. And I didn't realise, I was a week late with my son, and I remember the midwife came over to check and she said, do you know you've been 2 centimetres dilated for a week? I was like, that's what that is. Walking around with this gaping vagina. That's what I felt weird.
Now, I'm going to do my favourite thing because, am I a millennial? Can we just pretend? Yeah. Millennial. I'm going to ask the internet. What are the best things about being pregnant? Random people smile at you or help you. Do you think that? Do you agree?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You're a queen when you're pregnant. I love it. You're very special.
Do you agree?
Yeah, you're very visible, aren't you, when you're pregnant? There's no hiding at all.
You take up space in a good way.
One of the best things, guilt-free eating.
Oh, yeah. I loved it. It was so good. And people would offer you food. Like it was just like a free pass. That's what I loved about it.
I had double carbs with every meal.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Another thing, getting to nap lots.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
All about the nap.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And you have a deep nap. I just remember like you get to sleep so quickly. Just anywhere you can nap. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I love the napping. Oh, the pregnancy glow.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
You sounded right. You were like,
after you wipe the stick off your face, you look amazing. But yeah, no, it's the lustrous hair and the fabulous nails and all those sort of things.
So whilst they might not have happened to you, let's just go through some of the lesser known and not so nice things that can happen during pregnancy. I know the other day, like, my nipples were scabby. TMI. But, you
That's
know,
nice.
I was like, what's this about?
Flatulence, that's a good one. So farty. Like, woo.
I'm literally a hot air balloon. I'm not gonna...
One friend got the fanny daggers. The what?
So is that like which way with the daggers in the fanny?
Inside, sort of like somebody was there with a knife.
Oh.
Yeah, the shooting.
Ouch.
Yeah.
That's not nice.
Guys, at home, if you've ever suffered with the fanny daggers, could you leave a comment below? Fanny daggers.
Oh my God.
That's going to make me giggle. But what advice would you have for anyone that's literally just seen those 2 lines on the stick and they're like,
Don't ever hold back on anything. If you need a nap, if you need to eat, don't try and be brave.
yeah.
Look after yourself and ask for help.
Thank you to my fabulous guests, Claire and Helen. As I'm very pregnant myself, it's been nice to hear about what other people have been through and given me some hope as I transition to the other side. If you've recently found out you're pregnant or you're suffering with very funny symptoms, we would love to hear from you. So pop a comment below and I'll see you very soon.
What?